10 of the most hated pets in Adopt Me. Out of all 450 pets, these are 10 of the most hated. The 10th most hated pet in Adopt Me is the ant. Although this pet does look okay, it's a common and absolutely everyone has this pet. The fact that this pet is so common, it makes it extremely easy to go and find it in mega neons or neons, and also to get lots of them, which is why I have a stack of 34. I also have a mega neon and I have some neon ones spare. Now the actual pet itself isn't really a bad design, it's just that when you go and spend that much bucks on an egg and you hatch one of the most common things out of it, many players are just kind of disappointed that that is what they hatched out of it and they don't like it. But the good news is that they like it a bit more than the pet that is the 9th most hated, which follows a little bit of a pattern by being a blue bottle fly. You know how we just said that the other one is a common out of an expensive egg? The same with this. The blue bottle fly is a common that you hatch out of an egg, but the only difference is that this pet is kind of gross. Alright, let's be realistic here. When you think of what pet would you like, you think of something cute and fluffy, not a fly which smells and looks like a balloon, which is why it is one of the most hated pets in the game. And you guys won't believe what the most hated pet in Adopt Me is, so keep watching to find that out. But yeah, this pet just doesn't look great, it's common, and no one wants it. At all. I don't think I could even give this thing away for free and they'd be happy to receive it. The next pet might actually shock you. You know what the Christmas future egg is? I'm pretty sure you all know what this egg is. It can only hatch one pet, which is why people don't like it. Now, the pet that you hatch out of this egg is actually extremely hated upon. Not many players actually like the eggnog dog, because there's a couple of reasons. You see, players were thinking that they could hatch something better out of the egg. They thought there'd be multiple things to hatch out of the egg, but no, instead you only got the eggnog dog. Most players are saying that it's a bit boring as it just looks like a regular dog with some pet wear. Personally, I kind of actually like the dog. It's got a brown nose, which you can use to spot the difference. It's also got like a little chocolate flake, and then it has all of these little speckles of like eggnog or cinnamon on it and a bit of cream. So yeah, this was a free pet though, and whenever something is free inside of Adopt Me, most players just decide to hate on it. Plus the fact that it wasn't like a completely unique pet, and it's more of like a remodel of an existing pet, which is why this pet doesn't really have that much value in comparison to how difficult it was to go and obtain. Like, I spent about 1 hour to go and get one of these dogs, and it has pretty much zero value, which is kind of a shame. This next pet might actually shock you, but it's called the snow monkey. Now, let's try and discover why is this pet hated, as honestly, I don't know. It's kind of funny looking. Alright, I'll give you that. I'll give you that it is a very funny looking pet. This was a very expensive pet to go and purchase as well, but I wonder why it is one of the most hated pets is still slightly questionable. I think it's because there is a bunch of monkeys that are already in the game, and people just don't like how this looks. Like, the face just looks a bit strange, but I guess that's what a snow monkey is meant to actually look like. So I mean, it's not really the snow monkey's fault that that's how it was born, that's how it was made. I mean, it's just a funny pet, and based on how expensive it is, players don't like it, which, I mean, fair enough, each to their own opinion. Obviously, the #1 pet on this list might be your dream pet, but I'm pretty sure the next pet on the list is not the griffin. This was still a Robux pet, and honestly, I don't know why so many people hate this pet. So I hosted a survey, and this was one of the most hated legendary pets to ever exist. If this pet was so hated, why are there so many of them? Maybe that's the reason, but each of these pets cost a significant amount of Robux to go and get. I mean, I've got neon ones and no one really wants them. I don't know why. I spoke to some people and they said the reason they don't like the griffin is because it has weird eyebrows. Wait, ooh, it does. I can zoom in really and it goes so glitchy. How bizarre. But yeah, apparently it's got weird eyebrows. I mean, overall, it's kind of a fun pet. And there's different variations of it, such as the diamond griffin or the golden griffin. It's a classic pet. I'm pretty sure you can't go and purchase this pet anymore. If we scroll down, yeah, they definitely removed it in hopes that it would increase in value, but it hasn't, which is a shame. And personally, it's not really that bad of a pet, but everyone just hates it. You don't get good trades for it, and no one just likes it. I don't know why. If you have any opinions, let me know. The next pet is the lunar moon bear. Now, again, this is a pretty cool looking pet, but players just don't like event pets. I think we came to the realization that if a pet is obtainable for pretty cheap, they don't like it. Now, this is actually a great design pet. I mean, it's got these little stars inside of it, and it's pretty cool looking design. But if you were to try and trade this pet, you just get no offers. So I did a trading video and I spent around 30 minutes trying to trade my lunar moon bear, and not one person offered me a good thing. People were trying to trade me ultra rares for it and saying that that was a win, and there was at one point where I literally nearly accepted some ultra rares, as apparently no one likes the lunar moon bear. Now, I do have a couple of them, but I don't have enough to, like, make a neon. I mean, I've got enough to make a neon. I don't have a neon, though. But I wonder why this is a hated pet. If you know, let me know. I want to know your opinions. But the next most hated pet is gonna be kind of obvious to most of you guys. Following the same theme, I think you could all have predicted that the ox is the next one up on the list. So statistically, this used to be the most hated pet to ever exist in Adopt Me. And well, now it's moved up in the world, as it's now only the number 4th most hated pet, which is great that this pet isn't hated as much now. The main reason why is because this pet is really old. Like, it came out a long time ago. If we check the journal and search Ox, what year did this come out? In 2021 of Lunar New Year. So yeah, definitely a long time ago this pet actually came out, and it's starting to go and increase back in value as players realize that it's not really that bad of a pet. But the reason why that this pet still has practically no value is because there are so many of them, and when you have so many of something, it kind of doesn't make it rare. So although this is a legendary pet, which should theoretically mean it's pretty difficult to get your hands on, it's simply not. Players would trade you multiple for literally anything, I think. If I tried to go and trade for one, people would definitely give you this as the first legendary they'd try and get rid of. So let me know what your thoughts of this pet is. I mean, personally, it's kind of a cute pet, but it is the 4th most hated pet in Adopt Me, and I'm sure most of you guys probably have a bunch of them. Like, if I look in my inventory, how many do we have? We have quite a lot of these oxes, and they're all aged at different amounts, which is interesting. This one says they want a koala or a neon fennec fox for it. Yeah, so I've got a bunch of these. They've got funny different names, and yeah, so let me know, do you like this pet? I mean, obviously I have a lot of them, and there's different versions of the ox, but players just don't like any of the oxes. Yeah, I got a stack of 75. This is how much people don't like them, is proof, because I have so many of them, which is why people don't really like them, because they're just so easy to get. Honestly, they were so cheap and so easy. Even the same with the Lunar Ox, extremely cheap and easy to get. But do you want to know what is more extremely easy and even cheaper? A minion chick, coming in at the 3rd most hated pet in the whole of Adopt Me, is a minion chick. Now, you'd think that this would be a cool pet because this was with Despicable Me minions and Adopt Me, an amazing collab where we actually got to keep the pet, right? We got a Zodiac minion egg, and once you hatched it, you were guaranteed the Zodiac minion chick. The only issue was how easy it was to obtain. This is the easiest legendary pet that you could ever obtain inside of Adopt Me, making it kind of not valuable. That's right, it's one of the easiest legendaries you can actually go and trade for. It does look like something from the movie. It's a fun idea. It's a minion chick, and it's based off of like the last movie that Minions did, where there was like a character pretty similar to this, so it logically made sense. I mean, there's just so many of them, which is why you can't go and get good trades for these. I've seen these up for trade all the time, and they just have absolutely no value, which is a shame. And what I'm about to go and tell you as the number 2 slot probably won't surprise you, as it follows a very similar theme. If I go and search Persian cat. This right here is a Persian cat given out to players from the Puss in Boots event. You see, the thing is, each player could get infinite amounts of Persian cats. Compared to the minion chick, only you could go and get one, but a Persian cat, you could get infinite. And these were extremely easy to get, which is why myself got around 100 of these for free. Now, I have traded most of these. I normally just give these away for free. I mean, this one's called Use Star Code Candy, which you guys should do when buying Robux or Roblox Premium. Use Star Code Candy to help support me. But yeah, this pet just doesn't have that much value, unfortunately, because it's an ultra rare, I know, but it doesn't look like Puss in Boots at all, which was strange. We thought that if there was going to be a Puss in Boots event, that maybe you'd get a pet that looks like Puss in Boots. I mean, yeah, you got the boots that you could put the pet in, but it doesn't look like Puss in Boots. It's just a funny looking cat, and the fact that each player probably earned about 50 of these for free kind of just makes it one of the most hated pets in the game. And the last pet for the most hated thing to exist in Adopt Me is the cats and the dogs. That's right, these pets are so easy to obtain. They exist the most in Adopt Me. Every single time that a player makes a new Adopt Me account, you instantly get either a dog or a cat, which is why I have multiple Mega Neons, why I have so many of these neons even stacked up. The same for a dog. If I search dog, I have so many Mega Neons, all of these neons, all of these regular dogs. I've got stacks upon stacks of just dogs inside of Adopt Me. The reason why these are the most hated is because every single player either hatches a cat or a dog out of a starter egg, and nobody wants them. Let me know if you agree with these most hated pet list in the comments. I accidentally duplicated my pets in Adopt Me. Click the video on the screen right now to go and watch it and find out how.